Good morning, students. I am Sonia Bedi, Director Academics. We welcome you all to the fifth successive webcast specifically organized to clarify your doubts and queries relating to various subjects of 3 years course curriculum, particularly for December 2014 examinations. The earlier webcasts related by the Institute have showed an overwhelming response from the students, which definitely gives us a tremendous sense of satisfaction that these webcasts have achieved their desired objectives for clarifying the doubts of the students. We are thankful to you for your positive feedback on these webcasts, and we have taken note of your suggestions also to further improve upon the various technicalities of these webcasts. For the students who were not able to connect to earlier through these webcasts, we are making efforts to put these webcasts recording on the YouTube. You can always log on to YouTube and have the benefit of these webcasts by going through the recordings. In addition, students, you may always connect to ICSI academic team through various options available to you. For updates and academic updates specifically, always visit, frequently visit the ICSI website Academic Corner. We try to keep all the updations at one place for your benefit. Send your academic queries to academics@icsi.edu. You can directly communicate with our subject officers between 2 to 3 p.m. on all working days at the phone number which I have already given you many times, that is 011-4534-1074. You can also send your suggestions, particularly about the corrigendums or any typographical errors etc. on feedback@studymat@icsi.edu. Students, there is no shortcut to the success, so plan your studies and for better achieving results. On behalf of the Institute, I wish all the very best to each one of you. Not making much more time, I'll just hand over to my colleague Ms. Arpita Agarwal for taking over this webcast specifically for Advanced Tax Laws and Practice forward. Thank you so much. All the best to all of you.
A very warm good morning to all of you. I, Arpita Agarwal, Academic Officer at Directorate of Academics, welcome you back to yet another session of our webcast series. Today's webcast will be on Advanced Tax Laws and Practice for Old and New Syllabus. And we have Mr. TVS Prasad Rao, an expert in indirect tax, to handle your queries and give an overview about the subject. Before beginning, let me give an overview of the examination pattern and the coverage of the syllabus. Advanced Tax Law and Practice, Old Syllabus, is divided into three parts, Part A, B and C, where Part A is of 30 marks and it covers the direct tax part. Part B is indirect tax part, which covers only custom and excise and is of 50 marks. And Part C covers the international tax, which is of 20 marks. Whereas Advanced Tax Law and Practice, New Syllabus, is divided into two parts, where Part A deals with direct tax and is of 30 marks. Part B deals with indirect tax and is of 70 marks, where it covers central excise, customs, service tax and VAT. Again, I would like to clarify that for December 2014 examination, Finance Act 2013 and Assessment Year 2014-15 is applicable, and you are requested to go through the notifications and circulars issued by CBEC and CBDT till 30th June. Now, I would like Mr. Rao to please give an overview about the coverage of the syllabus and how the student have to go through it. So please.
So thank you very much. Welcome, my dear student friends. So I have been witnessing that the tax laws paper in particular about the professional course, it is posing a lot of difficulty to the students, and particularly for the students of old syllabus. The objective here today, my presence is to tell you, guide you, or rather help you understand the nature and scope of the paper, contents in brief, and also to enable you to understand how to approach, how to attempt, how to prepare for the examination. So first of all, Miss Arpita has already explained to you about the paper, but I would like to go a little deep into the curriculum. If you look at the paper, this is at the professional level. This is an expert level paper, be it old syllabus or new syllabus. So this you have to understand very clearly. So if somebody is failing or somebody fails successively or constantly, he should particularly take note of this particular fact that this examination is of expert level. So when it is an expert level, what is the expectation of the examiner? Number one, you should have thorough understanding of the contents. Thorough understanding, it is not thorough knowledge. Knowledge is not enough. Thorough understanding, number one. And number two, you should have the ability to comprehend, analyze and apply to practical situations. So practical approach, which requires three things. Number one, it is not only thorough understanding of the provisions, legal provisions, but also updation. So that is knowledge and understanding of latest circulars and notifications applicable for your examination. So often it so happens that they study some book and they don't update. Suppose they fail, they have to look into the amendments. These amendments, particularly relating to rules, amendments made by government. So these are done through notifications. What are the changes? Because a notification will come into immediate effect, and for your examination 6 months time is there. So whatever is relevant, suppose you are appearing for December examination. So till June or May end, whatever it is, all notifications affecting the changes you should be aware of. Number two, circulars. And number three, case study. Case study is hallmark of this success. So latest circulars and notifications information and case study, and particularly the guidelines given by the institute, you should be aware of. So if you are aware of these things, then you are ready for the examination. And one more thing about this level of examination is practical questions. You have practical questions in various areas. For example, if you look at central exercise, in central exercise basics, all of you are aware what is manufacturer, who is a manufacturer, what do you mean by excisable goods, manufacture, deemed manufacturer, etc. From these, marketability, mobility, from these the questions are not many, but sometimes you may get a case study. To be able to understand the case study, naturally you should have a thorough understanding. So that is one aspect. And a very important area is valuation. In valuation, it is not only case study, but also practical questions. So you should have the ability to understand and attempt and solve practical questions successfully. See, you should know how to find out value, and you should also know how to find out the amount of duty, ascertainment of duty. So valuation chapter is very important from practical questions and also from the case study point of view also. Again, coming to procedures, central exercise procedures. And the procedures give a cover up to understand, to enable you to understand the scope of the topic as a whole. And again, a very, very important, very critical, very complicated, complex area, that is inward credit scheme. And on and often, the students fail to understand various provisions of inward credit scheme. Because this inward credit scheme has case study, it has practical questions and also theoretical part. This is the crux of Central Excise Act, I tell you. And this will also help you understand better what is known as service tax, particularly for the students of a new syllabus. Okay. And again, small scale industry. You have to be very careful about this topic. Small scale industry is equally technical, and you have practical questions also besides case study. So in exercise plus miscellaneous topics. If you come to customs, So when we come to customs, basic concepts are there. Together with basic concepts, you should be aware of, you should be thorough with what is known as import-export procedures. Students often ignore this area because they think that it is only a theoretical part, but at the same time, that forms the crux of the entire customs. To understand the customs topic as a whole in a better way, you should be able to understand what is known as the procedural aspect of the imports and export. Import-export procedures, various documents involved, and that will help you understand other topics. Don't ignore this. And then, very, very important, I can tell you, I can say, most important part from your examination point of view, that is valuation part. So, transaction value, section 14 valuation and valuation rules. You have to be very thorough with all these things, particularly the adjustment part under Rule 10 for the imported goods. It's a very, very important area. So each and every line you have to read and understand the adjustment part given under Rule 10 of valuation rules for imported goods. So here, from that you will be getting queries, and the questions will be practical questions. Here, one practical questions normally will appear in the examination for 5 marks. So it matters a lot. To be able to do, you should understand the theoretical part, and at the same time you should practice more number of questions, and preferably scanner part you have to complete. And if you have access, you should try to solve the practical questions given in other examinations like chartered accountancy, cost accountancy also, if you have access to. And this chapter is the most important chapter as far as examination is concerned. And coming to other areas, we have warehousing, that is relevant for case study and also for query questions, and also duty drawback. And the duty drawback is again one of the most technical areas of customs. So you have to study thoroughly, no escape, no shortcut. Just the madam was telling you, rightly pointing out, no shortcut. So in miscellaneous topics again, baggage makes a lot of importance because there are number of frequent changes in baggage. For example, you see recently they have made changes. Baggage, general free allowance, they have increased from 25 to 35,000. And of course, for the 2015 examinees, those who are appearing for 2015, the limit has been further enhanced to 45,000. For the December examination, general free allowance limit is 35,000. Up to 35,000 you will be getting. That is a development. And another development was a gentleman or a lady who went abroad and stayed there for 1 year or more and coming back to India. So jewelry, they can bring jewelry worth, a lady can bring jewelry worth 1 lakh rupees, and a gent can bring jewelry worth 50,000 rupees tax free. Of course, laptop is tax free for everybody who is 18 years and above, you know that. And recently one more development in baggage is they have kept this LCD, LED, etc. So for this you will not be getting GFA. Just as gold, you will not be getting GFA, general free allowance, on LCD, LED, etc. because the reason being countries like Thailand, say Bangkok, they are very cheap, very low priced, and people started bringing LCD, LEDs from Bangkok. They go on a visit and they bring 1 or 2 and they are claiming GFA. So no doubt it is a part of baggage. Now it is out of GFA. GFA is not available on this. So like this, there are certain subtle areas where you should throw light upon. Each and everything matters as far as customs is concerned. Okay, so this is the area, these are the areas which we have to take care of. Okay, so above all, make sure that you are update with latest case study. The case study matters a lot. Case study and practical questions. These two plus updation in terms of latest notifications and circulars that will enable you to get through the examination. So let me wish you all the best for the coming examinations, and we would like to take your queries also. And before that, I would request Arpita ma'am to place before me certain things for clarification.